a treat for us to be here today talking to an outstanding senior at Central High School, Monique Nava, who has grown up in San Angelo. She went to Reagan Elementary, to Edison Junior High, now to Central, and has already in the fall early acceptance been accepted to the University of Texas at Austin, which we all know is my favorite school. And it says an awful lot for you, young lady, that when people saw that we were doing these interviews on TV, several people emailed me and said, "You need to interview and meet Monique." So we are here today to find out why on earth would these people think that you were so outstanding that I needed to interview you. And in our few minutes prior to this interview, I got a clue as to why. Monique wants to be an engineer, which is highly unusual for a young lady. And she has been a top student academically and is in so many extracurricular activities. I don't know how you've done so well academically. One of the ways I had seen Monique before is she's in the mariachi. And I happen to very much enjoy the mariachi from our schools. And you are in many other extracurricular activities. Tell us about those.
I'm in the Up and Coming Scholars program. I've been in it since the 8th grade, and it's been pretty interesting. During the summer, sometimes we go to the lake house, and we get to see the different places that you get to go for ASU, what's offered to you. I'm part of the Big Brothers Big Sisters. I mentor 2 kids, and I adore them. I'm in Key Club and Central's Key Club, and it keeps you pretty busy with the community service, and I really enjoy it. I'm in Spanish Club. We also do community service and raise money for different organizations. I'm also part of, Mexican American. More people need to recruit for that. It's an interesting program. I really enjoy it.
Monique told me that she hopes people would say about her that she is unselfish. And I asked her what was she doing to show that she was unselfish. And besides the fact that she talks about mentoring these 2 young elementary children from San Jacinto Elementary that she meets with once a week, she also is involved through the Key Club. Our Key Club at Central does more community service than just about any organization I've ever known. And I asked her if doing community service and doing things for other people had become addictive for her, and you said
It did. It really did.
What do you think causes that to be addictive?
Knowing that you don't do things for yourself, that you're helping others, you're passing your happiness on to others, and it's an addicting feeling to know that people are happy because of what you're doing for them.
She mentioned to me an example of something besides mentoring these 2 young children, that she has an elderly grandparent who you sometimes help take care of and even cancel your social activities in order to care for her. Did I describe that accurately?
Yes. She can't be by herself. She needs somebody to be there with her. It's not that she can't do for herself, she just can't be alone. And I don't like her worrying, who's going to stay with me, who am I going to be with. I cancel my plans so she won't be worried, so she won't have to find someone.
Well, that is an absolute wonderful thing for a young person. Many people my age in our society don't think like that. We are full-time taking care of ourselves, Monique. You mentioned to me that you had been invited several years ago 2 times for 2 experiences with an institute in New York that chose the top 10% of Hispanic students in our country to invest in through experiences. Tell me a little bit, especially about the second year that you went to that.
It was with the National Hispanic Institute. The first year was the LDZ, and we had to create our own government, which was very difficult. I never realized how difficult it is to actually govern laws and put them through the process.
And you all were in Rochester, New York,
Yes.
and about 200 or so students from all over our country.
Mm-hmm.
And then your second experience when you were invited back, tell me about that.
It was the Collegiate World Series, and it was in New York City, which was really, really awesome. We learned about the college process. They showed us how to write essays, how to be interviewed, how to act during your interview, and how to open up, to not be so secluded, because there's more out there than just where you live.
And you told me that you were interviewed by the people from Yale and were chosen to be on their team. And when I ask you what you primarily learned from that experience, your answer was?
That if you put your mind to something, you can do it. Even if you think it's completely out of reach, it's not that hard.
And mainly you mentioned to me that being outward in an interview process was uncomfortable for you at first, and you learned through that experience how to be, as you are today, very polished and not frightened of that process, and to be confident,
Right.
which is how you are today with me. I also ask you about your experiences with teachers and who, if anyone, had made an impact on you. Talk to us a little bit about that.
I had 2 teachers who really pushed me. It was Mr. Price my sophomore year and Miss Thornton my junior year. Mr. Price's class was by far the hardest class I had ever had. I was used to pretty much work that I could do in class and I was finished. And his class was not like that. It was very hard. And it really pushed me to want to excel in there because it was hard. Because I had to push myself. In order to excel, I couldn't just try to finish the work in class. I wanted to push myself, and that really helped me to see how I need to push, I can't have just things handed to me. I needed to work for it.
And you told me that Mrs. Thornton, who is English, Mr. Price, Science, and Miss Thornton, English, what did you learn from her that had such an impact on you?
Her class was by far the hardest I've ever had, ever. Oh my gosh. I went from regular sophomore English to AP Junior English, and I was told that that jump is sometimes too hard and the student has to go to advanced, a level below. And I didn't want to. I wanted to push myself. I wanted to be in AP, and she helped me. She pushed me. She showed me that I can't. It's better to go up than go down, no matter how hard it is. And she made things the transition a lot easier for me.
Monique, you are an unusual young woman. First off, that you would even talk about hoping people would say about you that you're unselfish. The fact that instead of just a social life, you are giving of your time to tutor young children as well as helping with your grandmother. I know your family is so proud of you. They can't stand it. We are proud of you, and not just because you're going to go to University of Texas, which is very smart decision on your part. But we want you to know that we are here to help you any way we can, and we're just going to keep cheering you on as you become that engineer that very few women strive to become. Best wishes, young lady.
Thank you.